Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here. Today, we're going to embark on kind of like an anatomical diagnostic tour of one of the most vital, yet completely hidden, systems in your house, your plumbing. We're zeroing in on a very specific, honestly, very unpleasant problem that so many of us face. So let's just peel back the walls and figure this whole thing out, all right?
So, have you ever walked through your front door or maybe stepped into that guest bathroom you rarely use and just been hit by that unmistakable, alarming, rotten egg odor? Right away, you're sniffing around, checking the trash cans, thinking, where on earth is that smell coming from? Well, let's dive into this because your house is actually trying to tell you that there's a mechanical failure going on. But before we start troubleshooting, we really need to define exactly what it is you're smelling. What we're talking about here is sewer gas. It's basically a mixture of gases produced in wastewater, and specifically, it contains a compound called hydrogen sulfide. And hydrogen sulfide is the exact culprit giving you that highly distinct rotten egg odor. When you can smell it inside your living space, it means these noxious gases have somehow managed to escape the barriers that were literally built to keep them out.
Okay, so here's our visual map for the journey today. First, that rotten egg smell. Second, dry traps and broken seals. Third, vent and drain blockages. Fourth, toilet and main line leaks. And finally, when to call a pro. We're literally tracing your plumbing right from the sink all the way down to the underground main line.
All right, kicking things off with section 1, that rotten egg smell.
The absolute most important thing to grasp here is that your plumbing is a highly engineered containment system. When it's working perfectly, it keeps waste gases completely sealed off from the air you breathe. So just the mere presence of this foul smell means the gas has successfully bypassed your home's protective barriers. Basically, the fortress has a breach, and our job today is to figure out exactly where that breach is.
Moving right along to section 2, dry traps and broken seals.
Let's start at the surface level, looking straight down our drains. We've got some simple but honestly brilliant physics at play here. On one side, think of a healthy P-trap, that curved pipe under your sink. It holds a little bit of water that acts as a physical seal. But contrast that with a rarely used guest bathroom. Over time, that water just naturally evaporates. The seal is broken, and suddenly the pathway is left wide open for sewer gas to literally float right up into your home.
So what actually causes these seals to fail? Well, the most common culprit, like we just talked about, is the infrequent use of a sink or tub. But you should also check under your cabinets for misinstalled P-traps or S-traps. Plus, even a tiny undersink plumbing leak or a loose pipe fitting can slowly drain the water right out of the trap, disrupting that seal over time. If you smell the odor near a specific sink, get under there and look for these exact clues.
Next up, section 3, vent and drain blockages.
Let's continue our diagnostic tour, but now we're going into the walls, exploring the pipes we can't easily see. See, your drain systems rely heavily on vent pipes, which usually stick out through your roof, to maintain proper air pressure. This balance is what allows wastewater to flow down and sewer gases to safely exit up and out into the atmosphere. But when these vents get blocked by environmental debris, like leaves, insect nests, or even heavy winter ice, those gases have nowhere to go. Since they can't vent outside, they get pushed straight back into your house.
If the issue is deep inside the drains or vents, you've kind of got to put on your detective hat. Here's a quick symptom checklist for you. Watch out for slow drains or strange gurgling sounds coming from the pipes. Keep an eye out for partial backups, even if there isn't a full-blown overflow. And pay close attention if the odor actually gets worse when the water is running, because that displaces the trapped gas. This perfectly illustrates a key point. If multiple fixtures, like say a shower and a toilet, are acting up at the exact same time, you've probably got a blockage further down the line, maybe from grease buildup or flush debris.
All right, on to section 4, toilet and main line leaks.
Now we're shifting our focus down to the floor where our toilets sit. Let's look really closely at the base. Toilets are a super common source of foul odors. Underneath the fixture itself is a wax ring or a flange seal. If that seal fails, it provides a direct, completely unhindered escape route for gases, and sometimes even small, unseen water leaks to just seep out right around the base of the toilet. It's essentially wiring the noxious gases through the wrong pathways and straight into your bathroom.
But wait, what if the problem isn't inside the house at all? Let's trace the line outdoors. Here's the chain reaction of a major underground failure. Step 1. Tree roots intrude and compromise the outdoor main sewer line. Step 2. A blockage forms from those roots. And internal pipe pressure begins to drastically build up. Step 3.
With absolutely nowhere else to go, those nasty sewer gases are forced backward, escaping near your foundation or coming right up into the home. It's an outdoor problem that quickly becomes an indoor nightmare.
And the environment outside plays a massive role in all this. Odors can totally be triggered by cracked or collapsed main lines. But interestingly enough, high groundwater can actually physically push waste gases upward. Even a poor soil slope around your house might direct these gases toward entry points in the foundation. If you ever notice that the rotten egg smell is significantly worse right after a heavy rainstorm or maybe a period of really intense water use, surface drains and outdoor soil conditions might actually be your culprit.
Which brings us to our final destination, Section 5, When to Call a Pro.
We absolutely need to establish a clear boundary here between a quick, easy homeowner fix and a genuinely hazardous situation. The crucial point is this safety warning taken directly from our source material. Take immediate precautions, ventilate the area, avoid prolonged exposure, and do not attempt to open sealed lines or deep cleanouts without guidance. Listen, sewer gas isn't just an unpleasant smell. Prolonged exposure to hydrogen sulfide can be really harmful. If you suspect a significant backup, or if there's any risk whatsoever of a sewage overflow, calling in professional help is for sure the safer, smarter route.
When a pro does arrive, they have the specialized tools needed to locate the exact breach. The common fixes they perform depend entirely on the root cause we've explored today. It might be as simple as refilling those dry traps or resealing a toilet base. Or, it could require clearing out deep, stubborn clogs, restoring damaged roof venting, or even excavating to repair damaged sections of underground piping. Addressing the true underlying problem is literally the only way to permanently eliminate the odor. So, I want to leave you with this final thought. Is your plumbing trying to tell you something? The next time you hear a strange gurgle in the pipes, notice a drain emptying just a little too slowly, or catch a faint whiff of that rotten egg odor, please don't ignore it. Your home's anatomy is communicating with you. Pay attention to the warning signs, run some water down those unused guest room sinks, and stay curious about how the hidden systems around you actually work. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.